Hello and welcome on Ticking Watch. What I have here is a case from a Parnis watch, and of course I have also a movement with a dial, and in this video I will be installing, and I also show you what I'm using for installing the hands. And additionally I have here a problem. I forget some part to install, and of course I have to install it again. So let's begin and let's start this short journey. Pretty nice dial. So first I have to take out from the case steel ring, a steel movement holder. This case is a little bit different from other cases because it has 6 screws, and here is the ring. Okay, all screws are removed. Some parts of this video will be just speed up. This is the ring. It's not a plastic ring, and so goes the movement. Here is this clip. And the second one. They have to be fully pushed. And so it goes. But first, I told you that I forget some part, and this is the part. I forget the stop second lever, and this I have to reinstall. So I will show you now where the lever goes and how to do this when you forget it. So first I have to remove the balance wheel. I also got questions about how do you install the balance wheel, and here in this video you will see this. Okay, you have to be here very careful. You have to be very delicate because the balance wheel is very delicate part of the watch. Let's put the lever aside. Now I have to release the mainspring, and the next step will be just to remove the mainspring bridge. So to do that I have to remove the ratchet wheel. And I am quite a lot of dirt here. Movement was lying in my box quite a long time. You will see I have only here 2 screws because by the one here the head is missing. The movement here, this is a ETA 2824 clone. Not a very good quality. It's not Seagull, which I think is one of the best. This is something different, something not very solid. And here goes the lever. Yeah, like that. Okay. So the lever is on place. Now I can install back the bridge. I think with 2 screws it will anyway do its job, so you don't need to replace the screw. And yeah, in my opinion it's not very good and very high quality movement, so I want to invest quite a lot of time to these movements. You can buy them on AliExpress, for example, or eBay. Hey, they not very expensive. They are not very expensive. I can leave you a link in the description down below if you would like to buy one. But what I would recommend, not to service them, not to disassemble them, or be very delicate, and yeah, just to put the dial hands and use it. Now the balance wheel. Okay. And let's see if the watch will work. Yeah, well, anyway, it started working. It doesn't have 28,800 bits per hour. It has only 21,600. So the bit rate here isn't very high. It's not a high bit movement. But anyway, in the past, the movements that were having 28,600 bits per hour were also called high bit movements, because all watches at that time were having 18,000. Okay, I think the watch, and yeah, the stop second works. So the lever, the lever touches the balance wheel and stop it. And yeah, with these pushers, I will set the hands. I use them. Yeah, not very expensive. Also link in the description down below. You can find there where I bought them. They have different, sizes made from aluminium. And I put the hand and just push it, to the wheels. And that's it. They're also different. You can buy some press. I also have one. From time to time I'm also using this. It's very handy, but it's a little bit more expensive. I think if you are doing more watches, for example, a few per year, as a hobbyist, it's worth to buy also the press and just to have it. Using the press, you have to be very careful with the second hand, because you can break the pivot from the second wheel. This is very important. Also, I have to install back here the automatic motion. I made a short about it. Okay, the wheels are engaging, so now I can tighten the screws here. These screws have a different color, so it is made actually the same like in original ETA. Now, before I put the hands, I have to adjust exactly the time. So because this watch or this movement has a date complication, so we want that the date changes exactly when there is 12 o'clock. So first you have to adjust it. So the moment where the date changes, and then the next step is just to install the hands. And here I have the hour hand, and using the pushers, I put it on place. One disadvantages about these pushers is you have to pay attention that the hands are pushed exactly with 90 degrees angle. And this problem actually disappears a little bit, at least, with the press. But as I mentioned before, you have to be careful with the press when you are pushing the second hand, because the pivot from the second wheel is very thin and you can break it very easily. But it's also to do, I was also doing this, and I think in one of my videos there is one. Okay. The hands here from this Parnis. In general, I think Parnises, they made homage watches. They're quite good. Pretty nice quality, pretty good movement. Very often ETA clones and also Miyota movements are inside. But also seagull movements. But half hour too quick. So what I have to do now, just to remove the hands and do the job from the beginning. few words about the Parnis brand and what I think about it. So, as I mentioned, they're doing quite pretty nice watches, good homage watches. Of course, they're copying some well-known brands. Of course, Rolex is the most probably interesting one, using quite good movements. But here, by this movement, or by this watch, the hands are just painted and the painting isn't very resistant, as you see. So this is one thing. The dial is pretty nice, but the movement instead isn't the highest quality, so I wouldn't recommend this one. Okay, and you see how the date changes here, not very good, but okay, I will leave it. I can live with that. So let's put now the second hand. This one is the easiest thing, and I think the hand pushers are here the best tools to do this. Of course, cleaning here is very important, because when you put the movement inside the case, then if you see there any dust, you have to take it out again and clean it just. Yeah. And also the dust can block the movement, the mechanism itself. Okay, now I have to put the movement into the case, so I'm removing the winding stem. Here is my case, and in this way I'm just installing or putting in movement. Of course, like always, I said it many times. Please excuse me my English. I'm not a English teacher and I'm not a native speaker or something like that. So my English is everything what I could learn on my own, here also on this YouTube channel, and of course at school. Okay, now I have to tighten the steel ring with the case. So a little bit different solution here about the case by this Parnis, but I think it's also quite nice and interesting. So I don't think so it's something wrong here. We have 6 screws here around the case that are holding the case back. Exhibition case back is also here. Okay, let's tighten this all screws. Okay, that's it. Of course, the rotor is missing. Yeah, nice decoration. And blue screw, the only one here. I don't know if this fits to the whole picture of the movement, but anyway, the rotor move very good, I think. Absolutely no complaint about that. Yeah, should work the watch maybe 8 years. The third one, the last one that holds, and here is the case back, and we see here we have also here a gasket. I think these cases have water resistance 50 meters, so you cannot swim with this watch, but for everyday use 50 meters is fully enough, and the movement should stay dry inside. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. See also my other videos, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.